Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we're going to have Emily. Emily's from Liverpool, but she lives in New York City in the USA. So let's see what Emily has to say. Enjoy the interview. So hello Emily, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time today for the interview. Thank you.
Oh, of course.
So tell me, how's your day going so far?
Going really well, actually. I have a show tonight in Brooklyn, so I've just been rehearsing for that and stuff. So it's been fun.
That's amazing. So tell me a little bit about this show that you are rehearsing for now.
So it's basically a series that I'm doing with my friends. I put it together. I collaborated with Mike Geffner, who is the owner of Brooklyn Music Kitchen, and he is basically the founder and like kind of producer of Inspired Words in New York City, which is like his series. And he gets a lot of artists in. And I've collaborated with Mike before. And he asked me back for this date tonight and said I can ask friends to join me. So I did. And the series is called Emily Nolan and Friends because like I'm doing this with my friends, and we're doing like a bunch of different songs from like musical theatre, but also a few originals and a couple of covers, like pop covers. So it's gonna be just a mix of everything. It's gonna be really fun.
That's amazing. And how long have you been rehearsing for this project? How long it started?
Well, I booked with Mike about 2 weeks ago, so it's been a 2 week process. Yeah.
I see. And so far, what has been the highlight of your preparation for this event?
I would say when everything finally came together a couple of days ago, when we all rehearsed together, we did like a run through of the set, and we made a few like promo videos for like Instagram to like promote the event, and it was really fun. We just like had fun with it and played around. It was really fun.
That's amazing. Tell me where you're from, Emily.
I'm from Liverpool in England.
And you are based in New York City right now.
Yes, I am.
Oh my God, then why the change from Liverpool to New York City?
I got a scholarship for the American Music and Dramatic Academy. So I came here for college and I graduated in February.
Wow. So tell me, what's the biggest joy of waking up in New York City every morning?
I really like my view. Like I look out onto the street and there's like trees and I like the houses up here. It's really nice. So it's a nice view from my window.
Oh, wow. And are you planning to stay there for a long while or not?
Yes, if I can, I'm trying to apply for my O1 visa. So I'm hoping to transfer from my OPT to the O1 in February. So I'm in the process of that. So we'll see what happens, but hopefully.
That's amazing. Okay, so let's start the interview talking about your career as an artist. I know you are a songwriter, so a performer. So tell me a little bit about how everything started.
Well, I didn't really start writing songs until I came to New York, actually. I didn't really consider myself a songwriter. I played guitar and stuff. I just wasn't confident enough. And then I met people here, like one of my roommates writes songs, and like it kind of the experiences I've had here have like helped me kind of gain confidence and like gave me experiences to write about as well. And I
Wow.
wrote my first song in one night actually. I like something
Wow.
happened and I was like it's kind of like a rocky one. Like I was angry and I was like, oh, and I needed like something to and I just like picked up my guitar and like in one night I was like, oh my god, I think I just wrote a song. And then
It's
I
amazing.
started playing that in gigs, and then I started playing around with different things. I was like, oh, it's not so bad actually. I think I was scared of the concept of writing a song because I wanted it to be perfect, but
Right.
I didn't realize that like sometimes you've got to kind of work through the awkwardness of the song to actually complete it and find something you like. So I get learned that with time. So that's more fun.
For sure. And so you are just writing songs right now, or you act as well, or you perform it? What's tell me a little bit.
I well, in college I trained in musical theatre, so I do sing in that kind of style as well. I do also go in for acting auditions because I liked acting first. Like when I was in England, I was taking acting classes before I realized I wanted to do musical theatre.
Right.
And so really like anything that pops up that I find like interesting or I feel like fits my kind of vibe, I'll go for. So
Amazing.
like short films a lot. I like a lot of short film concepts. I auditioned for plays. I did the the Women's Playwrights Collective this summer. So I was in two plays in that festival. Um, And I also go for like a lot of like singing gigs as well. So like
Wow.
anywhere that are like cabaret series and like singer-songwriters show like showcases and stuff. Really fun.
It's interesting because when you are an artist, you can go so different, you can try different, places and, fields, and you always can enjoy yourself. There's always something, lights up something else, and it's always like that. It's the buzz of being an artist. That's what I love the most.
Yes, exactly.
Amazing. Okay, so during the interview, I'm going to explore a bit more about your life and also about your journey so far, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
Yes.
Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend. Run from questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play a song just for us to relax before the first question, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Right, so before the game, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Yeah, of course.
Amazing. First question is, who in your family you would trade place with for a day if you could, and why?
Ooh.
For any reason.
I would say my younger brother.
Okay.
He is very different to me. Like he still lives at home. He's 17.
Oh,
And I don't know, I guess like when I was living at home, like we didn't really see each other in the daytime. He got and do his thing, I got and do my thing. So it'd be interesting to see what he does in that time. Like, he plays football a lot and like, I don't know, I think it'd be kind of interesting to see what my little brother's doing that he doesn't tell me about.
and do you have other siblings as well, or just both of you?
So I have a little brother, he's my biological brother, and then we have a couple of step siblings as well. I have like an older stepsister, a younger stepbrother, and a younger stepsister. So there's 5 kids altogether.
And which person in your life or in your family right now you feel more close to or more connected with right now?
I talk to my dad a lot lately. I call my dad a lot because I feel like personality-wise we're very similar. So it's nice to bounce off each other like that. So yeah, my dad is definitely.
Okay, so your dad is watching this interview right now and you have a moment, an opportunity to send him a message. What would you say? He's watching.
I'd say hi. I'd say I'm gonna call you this week, I promise.
Amazing. Amazing. And based on your career, did you always have the support of your parents regarding that?
Yes, always.
That's amazing. I think you feel safe, don't you, when you know that they're there for you.
Yes, I'm very lucky. I wouldn't be here without my dad, without my parents.
Wow. And what do you miss the most about Liverpool, about England?
It's so different that it's a completely different life. So I'd say just like the day-to-day life, like just simple things like getting up and like the breakfast I have there is different from the breakfast I have here and all that kind of stuff. And like I don't know, just like I'd probably live at home with my family and just being with them. So like, yeah, they stay.
And since you left, did you ever came back to visit them or not yet?
Yes, I went back in March. That's the first and last. Like that's the only time I went back for a while. I went in March for 2 weeks.
Amazing. Okay. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, Emily. Next question is, right, what's the best first date have you ever been on?
This year with my current partner, I'd say. He is from New York. He's
wow.
he grew up in Brooklyn and he's from Staten Island. And we met during the play festival I did over the summer. He was also in it. And okay. We were talking about like British food. He's never tried British food. So I told him about this place in Greenwich Village that sells British food. And I was like, oh, you've got to try it. You've got to try it. And he was so skeptical. He was like, I think I'm okay. And I made him try beans on toast.
Oh, sweet.
The look on his face was priceless. That was like our first date as well. So he was like, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? It's very fun
That's
about it.
amazing. That's amazing. And what's the biggest difference between both of you and the biggest similarity?
Oh, that's so hard. Biggest similarities, we're both creatives. Like we
Okay.
both, he's an actor as well. We're both very similar in the sense that like we seek out creativity and we look for like the creativeness and the good in life and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Um, I would say a difference is he loves video games and I'm not a video game person at all. And sometimes he'll put on his video games and I'm like, okay, sure.
And he grew up in New York City, so he's a proper New Yorker.
Yeah, in Brooklyn.
Wow, that's amazing. Oh, wow. And do you think, like, of course, New York City is the place for opportunities? Yeah, like, my God, it's like London, you know, there's always something happen. Do you feel like, you know, living there, since you've been living there, do you think that's the right concept that people get right about New York City regarding being an artist?
Yes, I 100% agree. There's something everywhere for everyone. Even things are like you don't like random things that you don't even expect.
Wow.
Like something pops up like online and you see that they're holding auditions for something or like they're accepting submissions. You send like a picture of your face and then you get an email back like, oh hey, we want you to audition. You're like, oh okay, like it's you when you least expect it, something will pop up. It's but like all the time. It's crazy.
Wow, amazing. Okay, next question. Let's do it. Okay, next question for you is, what would your theme song be if you had your own show?
My theme song?
Yes.
That's really hard. Have you ever seen SpongeBob? SpongeBob SquarePants, the cartoon?
I have, yeah. Yeah, I have, yes.
There's like this one episode where he sings about the Krusty Krab pizza. He's like, the Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza. And I love that song so much. And I sing it all the time. So I feel like that would be really a fun theme song to have in my show.
And why is that? Why that brings this good energy when you listen to the song? Why is that?
It's like a rock out. It's like, and also he does it in like a million different styles. And I do a lot of different styles with my songs as well. Me and SpongeBob are the same.
Amazing. Okay. I was expecting that for sure. Great question. I love it. Love the answer. Next question. Okay, so before the next question, be a songwriter. Tell me, what's the inspiration for you to write your songs? Do you have like some schedules that you find more inspired? Walk me through a little bit about, you know, for you when you are able to write your songs.
I usually base my songs off of like my own personal experiences. So like if something happens that like creates like a kind of strong emotional reaction from me, I want to write about it. It's like my kind of outlet.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes though, when I feel like I want to write a song, like I'll just kind of improvise and just see whatever comes to my mind.
Okay.
Because the way I write songs is like I start with guitar and like I'll improvise something on guitar and then like sing over and see what happens.
Right.
But usually my best songs I've found come from when I need to write something and like there's no other way for me to like let out how I feel.
And why is that? Do you think why you feel the best songs come when you need to write? Why is that?
I'd say because like it comes straight from me and like how I feel in the moment and like a strong like I'd say like intent, like there's a purpose there, like there's something I need to say.
Right.
As opposed to like, oh, I kind of feel like I mean, those are fun songs. I really enjoy the songs where I'm like, I feel like writing a song today and like something fun will pop up. But like when I'm like, oh, and then like something like my head goes round and round and I start thinking and thinking about the same thing, like in terms of like my own personal experiences. And I'm like, yeah. I need to like let this out somehow because it's just gonna keep staying up there before like until I do something. So yeah.
And you are kind of person that sometimes, you know, sometimes you are maybe wake up in the middle of the night or maybe you are in a place where some idea just comes up. You're kind of person that need to make a note straight away or you can hold the idea.
No, I need to make a note, otherwise I forget. Like my voice memos on my phone it's me in the middle of the streets in New York going, like whispering something in there so that people can't hear me. So like I'll talk about that later. I'll figure it out later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next question for you is, What's your favorite weekend activity?
Ooh. Oh, that's hard. I really like getting breakfast with my roommates. My
Uh-huh.
roommates and my family. Like I love them so much. So sometimes like when like my they get a day off or like we miraculously are in the apartment all together like on a Sunday morning. It's like, do you want to
Uh-huh.
have breakfast? There's a diner right down the street. So it's like we always go to that diner and we it's nice. Like a nice little catch up time.
When you think about Emily, when you think about you, what's the biggest joy of being Emily? What do you like the most about being yourself?
That's a really interesting question. I would say my hmm, my independence in the fact that like I'm not afraid to go for things if I feel like it will serve a creative purpose or if I think it's scary and I've never done it before, like it doesn't stop me from going for it. So I
Oh,
appreciate that about myself.
it's amazing. And you always been this way, Emily?
Yes. If I like see an opportunity. Another thing about me, I my mother used to always say, I want everything done yesterday. So like as soon as I've got an idea, I'm like, I need to do it now. Like and I'm like
Right.
on a roll. But I think that that in this city especially serves its purpose very well. Like I'm
Wow.
very on top of like being organized and like getting something done. So I appreciate
What
that about myself.
what's your star sign astrology?
Aries.
Aries. Oh, that's amazing. Yes, it says a lot about personality. It's interesting saying that, Emily, because I get your point. I remember you said about your mom, my mom as well. She was, for me, I'm originally from Brazil. Yeah, back in Brazil, I left Brazil when I was 19-year-old on my own. I went all the way to Europe. I moved in Portugal. So I was in Portugal for 5 years and I moved to London afterwards. I've been in London most of my life. But I
Hmm.
remember my mom saying to me, "My God, wait a minute. He wants everything for yesterday. Like, just relax a bit." You know what I mean? And it's interesting because I like this way of doing being because you get things done. You know, it's like it's something about you that you just go for it. You're not scared
Hmm.
of anything. You don't think about the moment. Just do it, and after you're gonna worry about whatever. If it went wrong or right, you're gonna deal with. However, just do it. Just go for it. And to be honest, I understand your point because I always been this way as well. I think the older you get, you kind of, you kind of started, you still do it, but you kind of put yourself in a situation where you know you're doing the right thing. You know what I mean? However,
Hmm.
it's already there. It's already there about your personality. And it makes all sense. You know, you've been away from England, you live in your own in New York City, and I get
Hmm.
that. And I think there's a beauty behind that. It's amazing. You know what I mean?
I I was exactly the same. I moved here when I was 18 by myself.
See?
Um, and I in England at the time, we I just booked the ticket for me.
Yeah.
And so it was just me by myself. My parents stayed in England, and I got here in New York with with one suitcase at
Oh my God.
18, and my British mobile data was not working. I did not have any Wi-Fi, so I had no Google Maps, and I was like, why did I think I
Oh
could
my-
do this by myself? And somehow I made it, and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
here I am. Like so, it's just like I feel like as well when you've got no responsibilities, and I mean I have friends, family, but like nothing tying you down. It's like
Yeah.
what have you got to lose? You know?
Totally, I get your point, and I think it can be a bit dangerous well being this way because you just go for it, and sometimes not can be a bit scary. However, it's about following our intuition. I think we are it's very strong about ourselves. It just feels right doing it. It's like something's pulling you, like push. Okay, that's the right place to go. You know what I mean? I get your point for sure, and of course at the same time as well. I remember my mom when she was telling me, "Oh, relax a little bit. No, you know what I mean. It's not just up to you. Sometimes that I understood through life. It's like sometimes it's good to be this way, to go after your dreams, to not stop this and that. However, everything needs to work together. The
Mm-hmm.
atmosphere outside, the bus passing by, the person cross your path. You need to all need to work together for you to get to the place. So
Mm-hmm.
somehow I get that as well. Sometimes not just for up to us. You can be extremely, you know what I mean, have this willpower of going after our dreams, but not just about that. We need to, everything needs to work together to get in the right place. That's what they say. Oh, I was in the right place in the right time. Oh, they
Yeah.
crossed my path, you know what I mean? So I get that. So, but having this personality of going after dreams is a big plus because sometimes some people, sadly, they feel a bit afraid. They think too much, and sometimes just need to do it and go for it. Yeah, I understand. Amazing.
Me and my dad were talking about that literally the other day, because I
Yeah.
get that a lot from him. He's very much a risk taker.
Yeah.
And we were talking about that. He was like, sometimes like you've got to go for it, not knowing what happens, knowing
Totally.
that it might all go to crap, and like,
Yeah.
you know, and then you just build yourself back up from there. He always used to say, if you've still got a roof over your head and you've got food in your stomach, like you can build yourself back up from anywhere.
Totally.
So I
And
get
for
a lot
sure,
of that from him.
and for sure as well, your parents, you know, they let you do that because they know, they trust you, they know the person who you are, you know what I mean, they know that you can, you know, somehow find a way to resolve things, or to, you know what I mean, because if they felt that you're not maybe ready, or maybe, you know what I mean, they wouldn't let you do you know what I mean? So it's,
Yes.
maybe they wouldn't stop you because, you know, you will do anyway. However, if they know you very well, they just encourage you, they push you, because they know exactly the person who you are. So it's, I understand your point. Amazing. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, so before the next question, tell me, what's the biggest joy of writing music, of being an artist? What do you like the most about it?
Ooh, I write, one of my favorite songs I've written is based off of a joke my friend made to me, because he said that sometimes he thinks I look at myself as if I'm looking in one of those carnival mirrors, you know, like those funhouse like mirrors that make you all like
Yeah.
warped, because I have a very difficult relationship with my body, or I have had in the past. So I wrote this song called Funhouse Mirror about like how sometimes like there's so much pressure in the society and in this industry to look a certain way, and it ties into this industry as well, because a lot of it is based off of looks, unfortunately, and like whether you fit a role based off of that. So I wrote that song like as like a testament to the fact that there's so much more important stuff in this world than what you look like. Like I have friends and family, and I have the privilege of living in New York. Why it's time that I start living in the world instead of like worrying about what it thinks of me. So that's one of my favorite songs.
And for you, what's the most challenging for you of being an artist, do you find so far?
I would say I've come to kind of juggle with this, but like the unpredictability of it. Like you know, some days you'll think that like you're doing a shoot, and then like they'll email you in the middle of the night, oh, never mind, like you're not needed, and you're like, I was there. Or like you'll like, today I was supposed to be in a rehearsal at 10 a.m. and I was literally halfway there, and I got a text from my friend, oh, so sorry guys, like I completely forgot I had a shift, like I have something to do for work. And I was like, you know what, it's all good, it's fine. And I went back home and I was like, right, okay, what can I do? Like how quickly your schedule will change. Right. That's also the fun of it, like, because some days I won't think I'm doing anything. And then like I got a phone call like, hey, what are you doing right now? Like we need someone else for like a show we're doing, or we need some like, so it swings around. It's like it can flip the other way. So I see. Yeah, but that's definitely like the part where like 18-year-old me was trying to juggle it, like, oh, like I don't know what to do. Like that was one of the things, but it's fun. I've grown accustomed to it since living here.
Great. Next question is, if you could make up a brand new school subject, what that would be and why?
I would say things like little everyday things about like about adulthood that they never teach you, like folding fitted sheets. And like, because I still don't know how to do that. Things like doing laundry by yourself. Like, why did I get here and realize, oh, I've never done my laundry before? Things like setting up your phone, like transfer, like how, or just like how to be able to find that out for yourself. Like, like something about giving people the confidence to ask. Like, there's no shame in going to a phone shop and being like, I have a British number and I have no idea how to set up an American one, because that's their job. They'll be like, oh, let me show you. And that's how you, there's no, like, I feel like so many people put that off and like have never done things before because they're scared of looking stupid. And it's like, everyone starts somewhere. So it's like, someone like people need to be taught that early on, that like they need to ask for things more, not in an entitled sense, but in a necessity sense. Like if you don't know something, just ask. That's
I
like,
like that.
yeah, I'd say
And
that.
makes sense. I think people would be more confident as well about, about things.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's like lifesaver topic. You know what I mean? How can you know, help yourself or ask for help or something if you feel like you are lost in something or something that you cannot deal with? I get your
Mhm.
point. I think that would be a good point for sure. And saying that, what's the meaning of life for you?
Ooh, that's that's a loaded question. Meaning of life for me at this point in my life is to try everything to an
Yeah.
extent. Like everything that you want to explore, or things that like scare you but in a good way, go for it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And tell me a life lesson that life has taught you that you feel very grateful for.
That nothing worth having comes easy.
Wow.
I would say. There are things here, like even like my visa process right now is being really stressful, and like I don't actually know what's gonna happen with that. But
Mhm.
I know that if I want it, like I've got to work for it at least. And so then even if it doesn't work out, I can at least say I tried everything. I did everything I could. So yeah.
How do you see, have you ever met anyone from Liverpool there in New York City, like randomly? There's like place that maybe you can find some British people or not. How do you see that?
I've met approximately 2 people from London
Okay.
here, and one person from Liverpool who told me that I did not sound like I was from Liverpool.
Oh,
And I was like, what? Because she had a really, really thick accent, and she was like, you don't sound like you're from Liverpool. And I was like, no, I promise I am. Because my accent's gone now. It's basically like I've become Americanized. But yeah, I met one other person from Liverpool in the 2 years of being here.
oh wow. And you have like a situation where you were in a public place or in the social place, and people they kind of got you, that they saw that you are British or maybe from Liverpool, that people they were asking maybe questions, or maybe they were like, oh, you know what I mean? Any funny story that you had since you've been there or not? That ever
Yes.
happened?
I the only time someone's actually guessed my accent right and said to me, "Oh, are you from Liverpool?" That's happened to me once. Every other person I've ever met has guessed that I'm either Scottish or Australian. They say, "Oh my God, are you Scottish?" And I'm like, "No." Or like, "Oh my God, you're Australian. Like, where in Australia are you from?" And I'm like, "I'm not Australian." Like, I guess my because I'm not like London British. I'm like Northern British. So like, I guess
Nice.
like the American ear doesn't really catch on to that.
Oh wow. And when
Or
the,
Irish.
and when this person mentioned that they were from Liverpool, why is that? Why do you think this person said that? Because they knew before, or they knew someone with the same accent or not?
Yes, it was actually in the theatre that I work at. It was a stage manager who said, "Oh my God, are you from Liverpool?" And I was like, "How did you know that? Like, no one ever guesses that." And she said, "I actually lived in London and then Wales for a while, so she's used to like a lot of different accents and stuff, like
Interesting.
regional British accents." So, yeah.
Okay, 3 questions left. Let's do it. Do you like dancing, Emily?
Yes, I like dancing. It's something that I've had a rocky relationship with because I started pretty late. I started dancing at 16. Like I
Okay.
started taking classes at 16. So I was in a class with people who've been dancing since I was like 5. Like since they were
Right.
5. So like I I had to cry through a lot of the classes because I like at the time I was like, if I want to be good at musical theatre, I have to learn how to dance. Now I've come to realize that's not the case. I've come to appreciate dance and appreciate how hard it is and how much strength and endurance it takes. And I'd
I
like to think
see.
I've got like the basics down, but I've come to learn that like there's a place for everyone in this industry. Like
Totally.
you can go for acting auditions that sing a little bit and you don't have to dance, or you can like dance where you don't have to do like 14 pirouettes. Like there are things like the dancers will have their place. So if you're good at dancing like that, then there's a place in that. But
Absolutely.
like there's a role for everyone and everyone's talents. So
I get that. I think nowadays people they're more open-minded about that as well. There's always a way, you know what I mean? There's not like, oh, you need to be good in this or that. I think you just need to. I think it's all about how you're gonna perform, how you're gonna put your mind there, and gonna, you know what I mean, improve yourself or learn, or that's how people see nowadays for sure. That's how
yes. exactly.
Next question is, oh, this one's about dating. You already said about relationships, so I'm gonna take another one for you.
Yeah.
Next question is, if you could be a character in a movie, who that would be and why?
Ooh, if I could be a character in a movie, like an existing character.
Yeah, could be any. Yeah.
I really like Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad. I think
Okay.
that's a very interesting character. And that'd be really fun to delve into the mentality of that and like her kind of mindset. Um, and maybe even the Joker as well. I mean, I know I'm not a man, but like if there was a female Joker, the Joker would be kind of really fun to play as well.
For sure. Oh my God. Fun enough, when I was, because I told you that I'm in Montreal now, I'm in Canada, and when I was, on the plane, there was an option there, Joker as well was playing, and I didn't, because I was editing interviews, so I was kind of in a different mindset, but I could see someone watching, in front of me, and I could see some scenes of the Joker, and I was like, I was looking at it, I was like, oh my God, it's such an amazing, movie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think the expression of Joker is just unique, for sure.
Yes, I agree.
2 questions left. Let's do it.
Okay.
Before the next question, tell me 3 names of 3 artists that you always be inspired by in this business, in their, singers or acting, could be anyone. Tell me some 3 names that you always be inspired by.
Lizzie McAlpine.
Okay.
She was recently on Broadway in the George Floyd musical. But she's a singer-songwriter. And her lyrics, like I'm very much a lyricist. I appreciate the lyrics and things and like musicality. Her songwriting is some of the most like authentic, original pieces I've ever listened to. And I draw from a lot of that when I write my own songs.
Wow.
I would say Yeba is the same. She's also a singer, like artist. And one of her songs, October Sky, is one of my favorite songs of all time. When she wrote about her mother. It's a really good song. And then third, I would say, that's hard. I don't want to go for just singer-songwriters because like there's so many people.
Of course.
I want to say my roommates. I know they're not like celebrities or anything. Well, yet they're not celebrities yet, but
It's okay.
I've watched like my roommates, like me, like the 4 of us together have built a life for ourselves here, and it takes so much strength to do that because none of us are from New York. So for us to like even like finding an apartment together, like and going through that process together and just loads of little things. Like I remember our window last summer broke and we didn't know how to fix it and we had to like just little things like that. It's just like it takes so much strength and endurance to just exist as an adult here, as a young person, I feel like.
For sure.
As fun as it is together, like I appreciate that within them, and I'm appreciative to have gone through that with them.
I see. Okay, so that's going to be quite easy. Next question is going to be a bit easier for you to answer because, for those 3 names. So tell me, one day, you're going to wake up in the morning having 3 missed calls on your phone for those 3 you just mentioned right now.
Okay.
Which one you call back straight away? Which one you send a message, I'll call you back later? And the third one, you don't call back, you don't send a message, just ignore them. So tell me, those 3 names you just mentioned right now.
Okay. I would call, I think I called Lizzie right back. I would send Yeva a message like, hey, I'm on the phone with Lizzie McAlpine. I'm so sorry. I will call back right away. My roommates, sorry, I love them. But if Lizzie McAlpine and Yeva were on the phone with me, I would explain to them later.
They will understand for sure. They're going to understand. They're going to get you.
That was a really easy question. I'm glad I mentioned my roommates now because they would understand.
Maybe if it would be the same situation as you, they would have the same answer. You know what I mean? You would understand.
They definitely would.
You would understand for sure. Amazing. Okay, next question is, what has been the most meaningful gift have you ever received?
When I was about to move here, my grandmother gave me this little like bag, and it had like a chocolate in it and a stone, and a piece of string and all of these
What?
things that like it was like a little part, a good luck with travels parcel, and I still have it in my desk right now, and I love that. The chocolate's probably really really bad right now, and I haven't opened it, and I probably never will. But it like the meaning of that to me was so sweet.
Oh, amazing. And oh, it's such a beautiful thing because, our grandparents, they just know how to touch us somehow. They know how to, to give the best present, the most meaningful one, or you know what I mean? They just know it. I get that for sure. Wow.
Exactly.
So
Yes.
far, what has been the most meaningful lesson you've learned from her?
Um, to stay true to myself, which is like I feel like it's a really cliche message, but it is true.
Yes.
Like growing up, I feel like so many people are put down for being like different and unique, and especially creatives,
Mm-hmm.
for like putting themselves out there. And then when you get out into like the real world, like past school, like you
Yep.
realize that that's your greatest asset. That's like what sets you apart from so many different people, especially in this industry. Like anything that makes you different is probably the best thing about you.
Totally.
Yeah,
Totally. I think being different, if you look, feels amazing when you are different, when you don't fit here or don't fit there. I think it's great for you to wake up every day knowing that you are different. I love it. I think being weirdo or being, different, I just love, I think it's a gift. You know what I mean? It's the
yeah,
opposite when people think like, oh, it's, they point at us because they think you are different, you don't fit there. Actually, it's a gift. I love it. It's great to be in a place, not easy for sure, you know what I mean? Sometimes because
exactly. Yes,
different reasons. However, when you know that, it feels great. I love it. I think I wouldn't change anything of being weird or different.
exactly.
Last question. Ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Last one. Before the last question, Emily, writing songs. It's just a personal opinion. I think that when you listen to those beautiful lyrics that explodes, when singers they sing the lyrics, and when you listen to the lyrics, you go like, my God, that's very powerful and very personal and everything. My question for you is, why do you think? That's my opinion. I think that people they connect with lyrics with songs that maybe they are a bit sad or maybe melancholic or maybe real because based on our pain, you know what I mean? Sometimes I think songwriters they write the best songs when they are going through something challenge or something heartbroken, there's something there. What do you think that you know people they tend to connect with those songs somehow? What do you think is that?
I think because a lot of times in my experience with the people I've met so far in my life, whenever we feel something negatively, our first instinct is to push it down or like to not vocalize it. And
Mm-hmm.
I think society these days really does like try and like push that down, like try and inhibit people from like truly expressing how they feel. So when
Mm-hmm.
someone has the guts to write it in a song and to express that part of themselves, like something that someone else has probably pushed down and not really spoken about properly, like it resonates with them a lot. And I find that really beautiful that people have the guts to write like that kind of content about themselves, because life isn't perfect, and sometimes like finding beauty within that is the best thing to do.
Okay. Last question is, if you were to raise a child, what are the most important things would you like them to learn?
There's so much that I, if I were ever to raise a kid, that I'd want them to know, that like I think that I was taught well and that I was raised well with. And I have two things. One thing is to be humble in yourself,
Mm-hmm.
like appreciate yourself, but accept that like what you put out into the world is just as important as what you take from this world. Like be generous and be humble and be respectful of other people. I've seen so many people who are so rude and disrespectful, and
Yeah.
I think that is only gonna come back to bite you like in the future. And I'd also say to, like my grandmother, like be true to yourself. Like so many people are gonna try and put you down, but it's like the more that you can push past that and fight against that, the happier you're gonna be, and the more authentic to yourself you're gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stronger as well. It's gonna feel stronger for sure.
Yeah.
That's how it's amazing. Okay, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to say some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. We're thinking. Okay.
Okay.
Let's start with money.
Wallet.
Fear.
Inside Out.
Family.
Hopeful.
Life.
Fun.
Love.
Fulfilling.
Or religion.
Explorative. I don't know if that's a word, but exploration.
Okay. Friendship.
Happiness.
Politics.
Complex.
Desire.
Right. Like the right path.
Okay. You can say 2 words, not a problem.
Okay.
Regrets.
Necessary.
Success.
Interpretive.
Wish.
Star.
Happiness.
Fulfilling.
One word for Liverpool.
Home.
One word for England.
Patriotic.
New York City, one word.
Amazing.
I like that, amazing. It says everything. One word for artist.
Creative.
One word for music.
Love.
And the last one now, songwriter, one word.
Strong.
Amazing. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your best friend for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your best friend, define Emily in one positive and one negative word only. What your best friend would say about you?
She goes after everything she wants. And her flaw is that she might not know when to stop sometimes when she goes after those things. Sometimes it takes a second for me to like acknowledge that like what I'm going after is more detrimental to me at this point in my life than it is benefiting my life.
And if I would ask the same question to your dad, would be the same answer?
Yes, I think so.
They know you very well. Let's play now Emily and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. But before that, let's play the music one more time. Let's do it. Before the last question, tell me, before you ask him the question, tell me a moment or, you know, in your career, since you start your career, tell me a situation or something that happened to you that you go like, you know what, this moment or this situation always gonna have a special place in my heart.
I would say when I was in college, we had a snow day 2 years ago. So we didn't go into college, and our dorm room like looked out over, it was in Midtown Manhattan. And me and my 2 best friends who are now my roommates, we spent the day together, just like inside cozy, like, and we had like that view of like snowy Manhattan. And that, wow. Yeah, it's such a, that memory always makes me smile. Like it's such a special, like that was the moment when I like, I mean, I have that moment all the time, but I'm like, wow, I'm in New York, like, and it never gets old.
Wow, beautiful. Okay, you can ask me a question now, Emily.
Alrighty, I think that from someone who's lived in England, like myself, and has also spent time in the United States, what is the biggest culture shock that you've encountered between the UK and the US? Like, what's the biggest difference in culture that like shocked you?
So, okay, so being originally from Brazil, you know, and England, I think, okay, live in Portugal as well. So for me, Okay, I'm gonna say one of the first, because when I left Brazil when I was 19, and when I arrived in Europe, in Portugal, even though Portugal, was the same language, you have the same, it's completely different. The way they talk, it's very different. So for me, one of the, let's see, let's be but more in European, situation, because I live in London. Okay, let's see. Okay, I found out. So one of the first thing that was the cultural shock that for me was like, oh my god, that's something very different. You know, I think that because the way we talk, the Brazilian have this very, it's like Italian. We talk with our hands. We are very expressive. The way we talk, and I
Mhm.
think in Portugal, like arriving, I think in Europe itself, like people they tend to be more reserved, yeah, more like direct as well. You know what I mean? And that's
Yeah.
why we think, oh, they're more cold, or it is not because of that. Because for us, the way we talk, the way, if you ask me a question, for example, I would answer in a way that I'm gonna make, not make up, but I'm gonna, I don't know, what I see, what I imagine, I'm gonna show to you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's the way we kind of explain things. And for me, when I got there, I had so many other situations that people were straightforward, and I was like, oh my god, I don't know if you don't know what I mean. So based back to your question, I think that's the way we express ourselves, the way we talk, or the way we,
Yeah.
when we have this first interaction with people, is completely the opposite that we have in Brazil. Do you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
that for me, it was the first shock that I had. I was like, oh my god, that's very rude, or very cold, or very directed. But it's not. It's just a different way. So
Yeah.
yeah, I would say to you. How about you? Tell me something that when you got there, that for you felt like, oh my god, there's something different that I got used to.
I would say transportation was crazy to me. Like New York has made me so impatient. Like back home, I'd take a bus and it would be like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and I'd be like, okay, and I'd wait for the bus. Now, if the subway is like 7 minutes away, I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. Are you serious? 7 minutes? I have to wait 7 whole minutes for a subway.
That's so.
So
I
New
see. I
York has
get it.
made me impatient, I have to say.
The buzz of the seat for sure. This buzz of the seat. I feel in London the same as well. In London, when I'm gonna get, there's some lines in London the tube that they are quicker than the others, yeah. And
Yes.
sometimes when you know those lines, they're like in 3 minutes or in 2 minutes. If you go there, there's 5 minutes. You go like, what? Five
Yes.
minutes? You know what I mean? If you like 15 or 20 minutes, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I get your point. So yeah, for me, arrive in Europe when I realized the way that people approach you, the way they answer to your questions, or they go straight to the point, I wasn't used to it. So for me, it was a bit difficult for me to adjust myself. And I started to realize that they're not wrong. It's just different. Yeah, it's just different. The
Yes.
people they express. But yeah, so that would be one of the first situations that I had that for me was like, oh my god, I'm not sure
Yes.
if I did something wrong, or if I said something wrong, or it took me a while to kind of understand that. But anyway, that's one of the first situations that I had that made me understand that it was okay. It's a different culture for sure.
Yes.
Did you enjoy the interview, Emily?
Yes, I did. Thank you so much. It's been so fun.
Thanks again. Thanks for being so kind, so
Of
sweet.
course.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. I love to see, passionate people here, and knowing that, you are so young and suddenly you just give this big step in your life. I can't wait to see, the future thing that, it's waiting for you there, because I think it's amazing to see people, living, starting a new life so young. You know what I mean? I think, and it's with the way we talk, it looks like it's very easy and beautiful, but it's not. You know what I mean? It's a lot of storms, a lot of challenges. It's not easy every day. However, it means a lot because it's an adventure that's just living, and you can tell. It's just the way to go through it is living for you to be able to explain how it feels. So good luck on your journey. Good luck, and I wish all the best for you.
Thank you so much.
Never stop being this way, because that's the way to be. You know what I mean? Go after your dreams. Go, never stop. I even got goosebumps now. Like, go for it. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid. And you know very well, because you already have this personality. So for you, it's already there. So keep going and never give up. Okay?
Thank
Never
you
give up.
so much. And thank you so I've had so much fun. Thank you.
Of course. Before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Like I said before, I'd say that nothing worth having comes easy. So whenever you face a challenge, it's probably because like you've got to fight for things that are worth having in your life.
Mhm.
Like some things will come easy, but like if you want something, like work for it, and the reward is great.
Totally. And if it comes too easy, it goes easy as well. So sometimes it needs to take time. It needs to be difficult because whatever comes easy, go easy as well. So it's good. It's great to go and enjoy the journey. That's the best place.
Exactly.
Enjoy the
Exactly.
journey.
Enjoy the journey. Exactly.
Amazing.
Amazing. Thank you so
Thanks
much.
again, regards to your friends and family, and you keep in touch. It was a pleasure having you on the show. Okay.
Thank you.
Take
Have a
care.
good day.
Bye bye. Bye.
Bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.